I know you've been sitting for a while, but we're gonna hit the repeat button on that. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
It's great to have you here. My name is Marty Roth. I'm the president of the University of Charleston, and it is really our pleasure to be able to host this Emergency Medical Service Leadership Certificate graduation ceremony. We have a great event for you today. A number of distinguished guests are here to celebrate with you. But before we begin with the formal ceremonies, I would like to ask Pastor Bruce Reed to come up to the podium to provide an invocation, and that will be followed by the singing of the national anthem by one of our students, Lauren Roush. So please join Bruce here for the invocation, and then we'll all rise for the national anthem. Bruce?
It's good to be with you. I feel like I have a camaraderie with you all already. Back in the 80s, I spent 3 years as an EMT in Preston County. We did 3 or 4 24-hour shifts up on the mountain in Terra Alta, and we have stories to tell. I do know what it's like to hear the tone go off and wonder in my mind and my heart, do I know enough? When I get on scene, will I know enough? Will I have leadership enough to manage that scene? So I do that. One other thing, as the senior chaplain for the Western National Guard for years, I had much time to be working with you all, especially in times of death of an EMS or paramedic or a fireman. And I have gifted to me from the chaplain from the county, Kanawha County Emergency Ambulance Authority, a patch that with a cross on it, and he said, "You're as much a chaplain as I am." This sits on the door when I go out. Every day I go past this patch and I pray for you. So it is my honor this time, with you in attendance to this prayer, to pray together a prayer. I know the EMS has a wonderful prayer. And as far as leadership, let me read one section. I want to serve and do my best, no matter what the scene. I pledge to keep my skills refined, my judgment quick and keen. Remember that part of the prayer as we celebrate today in our invocation. Precious Lord, be present with us as we celebrate the achievements of our special honorees and their families. They are some of our most precious community resources. They strive to offer their best on every call. So, in working in this certificate, they have sacrificed much for their studies, sacrificed much to hone their leadership skills for their life mission. So, Lord, we ask your hand of protection over each of these today and every day. In your name we pray. Amen. Would you stand for the national anthem?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we
Please be seated, everybody. Thank you very much, Lauren. As great of a singer as she is, I know she's going to be an even better physician assistant when she graduates in another year or so. We have a number of special guests who are with us today that I would like to recognize. We have with us Richard Gobble, the Director of Public Service Training, Jan Hanlon, Executive Director, Mountain State Education Service Cooperative, Jody Ratliff, Director of the Office of Emergency Medical Service, Dr. Arvind Singh, Department of Health Cabinet Secretary, we have delegates with us here today, and other special guests. So let's give them a round of applause for taking time out of their schedule to join us. I also want to introduce you to the folks that are joining me up on stage. To your right are our outstanding faculty from our School of Leadership. The University of Charleston is the only university in West Virginia and one of the few in the country that has a separate, standalone School of Leadership. And we take great pride in providing leadership, training, and development at so many different levels, including incredible work that we do with various branches and locations of the U.S. military, including Navy SEALs, Army Rangers, and of course right here at home with our West Virginia National Guard. So I appreciate our faculty being with us today, but more importantly, the great work they do with our students, including those who are graduating with their leadership certificate today. So thank you very much for being here. And then on your left, one familiar and perhaps not familiar face. The person who you may not know is our provost, Dr. Dan Silver, who oversees all of our academic programming here at the university, and the person who I'm sure that you recognize that we're so pleased is able to join us here today is our Governor, Patrick Morrisey, who will be sharing some thoughts with us in just a little while. So all of our graduates today are seated in the center in the front here. I'd like to do a quick show of hands. How many of you already have a bachelor's or a master's degree? Great. Well, we appreciate the fact that even with that degree, you felt it would be a great opportunity to take advantage of the leadership training that we were able to offer you through this program. For those of you that didn't raise your hand, for how many of you is this the first time that you've had an opportunity to take college-level courses? That's fantastic. And for the rest of you, you've had some college, but you haven't quite made it to the finish line to earn an associate or a bachelor's degree. And we sincerely hope that you will do that with us here at the University of Charleston. Now that you've completed your 5 courses, you've earned 15 college credits, you are already 25% toward an associate degree, plus whatever credit hours you've earned previously. So we hope this is just the beginning of your learning journey with us, and the first time, but not the last, that you will have an opportunity to walk across the stage at the University of Charleston and be recognized for your academic accomplishments. We look forward to celebrating those with you very soon. I'd like to invite a guest up onto the stage, Randall Reed Smith. Randall has been a longtime public servant here in West Virginia and is currently serving as a representative to Senator Justice, who cannot be here with us today, and Randall wants to share a few words from the senator on his behalf. Randall?
Thank you, Mr. President. Good afternoon, everybody. And Mr. President, it's always a pleasure to be on your beautiful campus, which started in my hometown, Barbersville. Okay, I have a message from Senator Justice. It says, good afternoon. It is a real honor to send my congratulations to all of you graduating from the University of Charleston's EMS Leadership Certificate Program. As your United States Senator and someone who's always believed in backing our frontline heroes, I couldn't be prouder of this moment. This program, launched earlier this year as part of my Emergency Management Service Initiative when I was governor, was created to do exactly what we're seeing today: build strong leaders, strengthen our EMS workforce, and make sure West Virginia is prepared for whatever comes our way. It wasn't just completing classes and coursework that got you here today. You balanced demanding schedules, juggled responsibilities, and stayed committed to your calling. And now, with 15 college credits in your back pocket and a leadership certificate in hand, you're better equipped to take your skills and your service to the next level. You've proven yourselves to be the kind of leaders West Virginia needs. And let me tell you, Baby Dog and I are awfully proud of you. Congratulations on this incredible achievement. Keep leading, serving, and making West Virginia proud. God bless you, and God bless the great state of West Virginia. Sincerely, James C. Justice II, United States Senator. Congratulations, you all.
Please extend our gratitude to Senator Justice, and I know that Senator Capito and Congresswoman Miller also send their congratulations and regret that they weren't able to join us today. It's now my great pleasure to introduce Patrick Morrissey. After a distinguished career in the private sector, Governor Morrissey decided to pursue public service. We're very fortunate that he became our Attorney General in 2012, and as Attorney General, delivered some of the nation's most significant legal victories to defend West Virginia. He prevailed in West Virginia versus the EPA, which has been declared one of the most pivotal U.S. Supreme Court wins in decades. One of the things that I find most remarkable about the governor's track record is his deep passion and commitment for the health and well-being of all West Virginians. He had a great role in ensuring that West Virginia was a beneficiary in the opioid settlements, and we have many healthcare programs here at the University of Charleston and take great pride in distributing naloxone to counties throughout the state. A lot of that naloxone ends up on your buses and in many different places throughout the state of West Virginia. And the only way that we're able to do that is through funding from the state to be able to provide those life-saving resources. January 13th, 2025, Patrick James Morrissey became the 37th governor of West Virginia. He campaigned across all 55 counties during his bid for governor, running to make West Virginia once again the shining state in the mountains. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a warm University of Charleston welcome to our governor, Patrick Morrissey.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. President, and it's wonderful to be with you today. It's a gorgeous day outside, but at least we get to take part in the beautiful air conditioning here at UC. You know, I'm looking forward to talking about all the amazing things that the graduates are going to be doing into the future. But I thought I would just stop and pause for a moment, because something that the president said really struck me. You know, a number of years ago, when I was the state attorney general, we entered into a partnership with Charleston about a lot of the distribution of Narcan. And in fact, one of the settlement agreements, we were able to access significant amounts of those resources and apply them. And it's fitting because this week, we were talking about the importance of seeing significant declines in the drug epidemic. And Mr. President, a lot of that wouldn't be possible but for the partnership and the good work you've done in distributing Narcan across West Virginia. That's made a huge difference saving lives. And as we'll talk about, that directly relates to all the incredible things that EMS officials are going to be doing into the future. So it's just incredible to be here because sometimes those small partnerships, wow, they can make a big difference. And I remember when we were negotiating and people were pushing back, I said, we're going to hold out for West Virginia. And that Narcan piece, and ultimately what we were able to work with UC, and then through the West Virginia First Foundation, I think will make a big difference in saving many, many lives. It's wonderful to be here, and I see a lot of familiar faces, delegates, and local elected officials and representatives. And I will say that I'm happy to be here because I want to honor you. If you're pursuing a career in emergency medical services, you're taking on one of the single most demanding but rewarding jobs that are out there. When you go forward and pursue a career in EMS, you're saying yes when lives are on the line. Now, over the last month or so, I've had a chance to be up in Ohio counties and Marion counties and spend a lot of time with folks on the ground that are helping protect their fellow West Virginians. And I can tell you the stories of first responders, fire department officials, EMS, literally working and putting themselves at risk to go in and to rescue citizens and to get people the help they need. There was a lot of tragedy up in the Northern Panhandle. We had 9 people who passed away. But one of the things that really brought the community together was the reaction of all the local officials, the law enforcement, the first responders and EMS, all of the community that stepped up and volunteered, the volunteerism up in the Northern Panhandle, and also in Marion County. You can't possibly imagine how much that lifted the whole community up. I remember when I was up there talking with people about how a 3-year-old had passed away and the pride that everyone had about the youth in their community. But every time they would speak, they would finish on a note of optimism about what that brought to the community. Sometimes out of very difficult tragedies comes some amazing opportunity and success. And I start by mentioning that because when I look out at you today, and I see the people that have just gone through the course load rigor, that 15 credits, and knowing what you're going to be doing, what you're willing to do for people who are in the toughest of situations, I want to say thank you. Because you're doing things that help keep the very fabric of West Virginia strong. You see, many of us, we talk about ways we're going to drive the economy, right? We have to lift up our state, our standard of living. We have to drive educational attainment. We have to become much more competitive with the other states that we touch. We talk about that backyard brawl, so that West Virginia keeps charging, and we have our comeback story. Because we don't want to be ranked near the bottom. We deserve to be ranked near the top, and we're working on that. But along the way, as we're focusing on the different ways to lift our state up economically, we have to remember what the heart and soul of West Virginia is. And that's the communities and the volunteers, the first responders, EMS, the people on the ground that are responding, looking out for their neighbors and their friends who are most in need. That's what I see when I look out at people today. And so this is an amazing celebration because you might not be pursuing the area with the highest pay in the state, but you're pursuing something that you're passionate about, that will save lives, and that every West Virginia will owe you a debt of gratitude into the future. Now, I want to lift West Virginia up, and part of the reason for that is if things go well and we keep growing economically, we have to make sure we're returning the investment right back to the people and right back to the people here in this room, because you're doing really important work. You're going to be doing important work. So today, I extend my thanks to all of you who have gone through the program and what you're about to embark on. It's noble, it's a service to the community, and on behalf of all the people of the state, I express my deep thanks to you for what happens. And it's also wonderful to be here at this amazing campus. Every time I come here, I'm amazed of just the raw beauty of this area. And we all get to participate in it a little bit today. So this is a big day for you, but it's also a big day for members of your family and your friends and your colleagues, because you're about to embark on even more lofty heights to help more people. You've invested in yourselves, and you'll be continuing to invest in the betterment of West Virginia. What more noble calling can there be? So, thank you all for what you've done. I look forward to working with you. A grateful citizenry has your back, and we look forward to seeing you in the upcoming weeks, months, and years ahead. Thanks to everyone here. May God bless all the graduates. May God bless the great state of West Virginia, and may God bless our amazing country. Thank you very much.
Since the governor said such nice things about our campus, we have a little gift for him.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's lovely, isn't it? Look at that. This will go right in the governor's office so we can show off one of our amazing gems in West Virginia. How does that sound? This is for the people. Thank you. That's wonderful. Thank you so much.
We will now proceed with the conferring of the Emergency Medical Services Leadership Certificates. Provost Silver will assist with the reading of the names of the graduates.
At this time, our faculty marshal, Dr. Cal Lathan, will lead the graduates to the stage where they will receive congratulations from the governor and the president. Michael Leggett. Tyler White. Charles Boston. Mark Black. Sean Marshall. Shelley Marshall. Cody Schiller. Daniel Whitaker. Christopher Burge. Brian White. Zachary Harrison. Sean Petrie. Eva Godby. Matthew K. Porter. Neil Lively. Niall Klein. Jacob Tubert. James Pence. Cynthia Pence. Elizabeth McCune. Samantha Bullis. Cody Meadows. Charles McWilliams. Justin Peters. Alan Roby. Dustin Bumgardner. Anthony Sapp. Julia Zito. Sarah Mitchell. Jonathan Mitchell. Zachary Adkins. Shelby Workman. Andrew White. Thomas Robinson. Michelle Brumfield. Matthew Hunt. Jeremy Hedrick. Brad Furrow. Michael Ryan. Cameron Saltzgaver. Justin Bomer. Christopher Wilson. Jillian McClure. Denise Reed. Justin Triplett. Charles Cunningham. Nathaniel Finney. Guard Dickens III. Sarah Cumberledge. Jessica Dobbs. Charles Zukowski. Thank you. James Sutphin. Daniel Kranz. Robert Marshall. Amanda Stover. Brittany Miller. David Riston. Christopher Green. Gloria Pina. Dylan Keister. Colton Morgan. Harris Argabright. Alex Nesbitt. Kelly Fike. That's it. Let's again congratulate all the graduates. All graduates, please rise. And all the University of Charleston faculty, staff, and administration, please rise. And all family and friends who've made this day possible, please rise as we acknowledge our appreciation of your support for our graduates. Thank you. President Roth will now offer his closing comments.
Thank you very much, Provost Silber. Congratulations again to all of our graduates. One of the things that I enjoy most about the leadership certificate programs that we're able to offer here at the University of Charleston is when we first get started, it's always a kind of Herculean task to get everybody enrolled and organized. We have a learning management system, which is kind of new technology for all of our learners. And our faculty and staff do a great job getting everybody off on the right foot. But during the first few weeks, the first course that our students take, they begin on a journey of self-reflection, because that's a lot of what leadership is about. It's about how can I identify my strengths and my weaknesses? How can I identify the strengths and weaknesses of those people on my team, those people who I supervise, or even those people that may be supervising me, and trying to understand all of those interrelationships and determine ways that I can become a more effective manager, a more effective person, a more effective in the field, and a more effective leader. And when the faculty share with me those reflections early on in the program, it never ceases to amaze me about how powerful these learning opportunities are. And I commend you. I know how hard it is to work in not only one course, but 5 courses for which you earn 15 college credits into your busy lives. You have a demanding profession. You have families. You have community obligations. You have your own hobbies and things that you like to do. But on top of all of that, to pursue this type of professional development and complete it says a lot about your character, your fortitude, and your passion for becoming a better person, a better teammate, and a better leader every single day. And trust me, it is not lost on anybody in this room how much we depend upon you. If something were to happen to my wife, if something were to happen to my assistant during working hours here, we all know what we're going to do. We're going to dial 911, and we are going to be waiting anxiously, holding our breath for you to arrive and for you to save the day, to do things that we aren't able to do. We appreciate you. We appreciate your commitment to our communities to make them better places to work, better places to study, and better places to live. And it is our hope that by completing this program, your confidence in becoming a better leader has increased, which will give you greater job satisfaction and open up more doors for professional development, career advancement that will make continuing in this critically important line of work more rewarding and satisfying for all of you. As I mentioned earlier, we hope this is just the first step in your educational journey with the University of Charleston. You've developed great relationships with our outstanding faculty. We continue to be here to serve you. If there's any ways that we can help you continue on your path of lifelong learning to help you attain your professional goals and aspirations, do not hesitate to let us know. We look forward to continuing to work with each of you in the future. So as we close our ceremony today, I request that you please remain at your seat as the stage party and then the graduates recess from the auditorium. After the graduates have recessed from the auditorium, please join us for a reception with light refreshments, some appetizers, cake, and punch. In the rotunda, this is where you checked in when you arrived, and take advantage of our gorgeous campus, especially the riverbank lawn, if it's not too hot, to take photos and celebrate with your graduates. Our Vice President and Dean of Students, Virginia Moore, will provide us with our exiting instructions. Congratulations again, everyone.
Thank you, Mr. President. The stage party may now exit the arena. Will our graduates please rise? Graduates, you will now be instructed on how to exit the auditorium. Another round of applause for these amazing men and women on what they have done.